Welcome, race fans, to the 2013 Australian Institute of Motorsport Formula V New South Wales State Championship, Race 3, Round 3, Wakfield Park.
And on pole position we've got Tim Brook, then Simon Pace, Darren Williams, Brodie Tilbrook, 4th place from the race earlier today, Ryan Reynolds, Corinne Perry, Dylan Thomas and Morgan Fremantle in 8th place.
Okay, and they're away. Ryan Reynolds is, Timmy Brook's got a good start.
Tim takes the lead.
Yeah,
yes.
got the lead. They've actually got a jump between the next. Has got around the outside of Brodie Tilbrook.
That's right, quite a jump there. Actually, very clear jump. Let's see how this goes out.
Okay, and there's Bruce Perry coming through. That's Simon Thompson having a better start than the previous race.
Passing quite a few cars. Dylan Thomas on board off the start. Here we go.
Okay, that's only an average start by his standards. Right. Morgan Fremantle on his left had a better start.
That's right. Dylan dropping back to 8th place now, starting from 7th.
Although
but
he goes
takes
back up
the place
inside.
back up to 7th.
Okay, there's Darren Williams in front and Brodie Tilbrook, who's had a fantastic weekend thus far.
A lousy start by Darren Williams. Darren's from 3rd place now in 6th, up ahead.
Okay, so the front two have got a couple of car lengths over Ryan Reynolds, who had a pretty good start after starting back in 5th place.
Okay, now that's...
Corinne up the inside.
Corinne showing some aggression and
Ryan
almost
Reynolds
taking
the
the
door.
corner. And it looks like Ryan might have run a bit wide, so we'll see what happens a bit further on.
Okay, here's Gamara coming up the inside after a DNF in the previous race, and Daniel Stein following, who also had a DNF. Here's
race.
Thomas looking at the back
of... Now this is close driving, just pushing Darren wide as they come into the back straight.
It's not going to be too
It's
close.
not going to work, but if they do the over-under, will Dylan get the run?
No, I wouldn't have thought so from that position. Here's Timmy Brook, followed by Simon Pace. The two of them already making a good few car lengths on the first lap.
Right, here's a new camera angle looking just before the last corner and down the main straight from behind.
James Horn had a bit of a different line coming through there. Here comes Corinne having a look at Ryan Reynolds again with Brodie Tilbrook, who's going to go with him.
Brodie's got the place. He's pushed Ryan Reynolds out wide.
Ryan's closed the door.
Ryan, he
Darren
takes
Williams.
his
Oh,
line.
look at that. Who's that? That's Lockie Higgins.
That's Lockie.
Lockie's gone for a bit of a dust bath.
And I can't see any oil and I can't see any rain.
No,
can't see any ice or hail.
There's Simon Thompson, who's having a bit of a quiet race as well.
All right, Lockie just engages 4-wheel drive and there he gets going again.
Okay, so Corinne is ahead of Ryan and Brodie Tilbrook there, followed by Darren, Dylan, Cluteray, Horn, Morgan, Bruce Perry, Benny Oldfield, and then the 1200s.
Right, I'll keep an eye on this, the second pack of cars just from 3rd back to 7th place. Corinne showing a bit of aggression. I detect that she is showing a bit of aggression so far, more than I've seen before.
And that was Simon Thompson going inside of Peter McDonald there as well.
Okay, Corinne, a solid 3rd place at the moment.
Corinne started every race pretty strongly, but she sort of faded as the race has gone on. I think she was complaining earlier about the car developing understeer as the race developed. Okay,
so let's see if that happens in these remaining 12 laps.
Okay, here's Simon Thompson, followed by... I didn't quite catch that. These front two have pulled away. He's
Brodie Tilbrook pushing out into the middle of the circuit there to try to take. That's 4th place.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds and Darren Williams is going to go with.
And he's got 4th place. Now, will he chase Corinne Perry? That's the chase is on to Corinne Perry, isn't it?
Whoa.
And that was...
James Horn took a lot of curb there.
He took more than just the curb. He took grass as well.
I thought there might have been a touch at one point there, the way the body language of that car went.
Hey, these guys are driving hard through this corner. They're not taking it easy at all. There's Steiny.
Okay.
Right, back to the front two cars.
Yep, so Timmy Brook and Simon Pace have pulled a clear margin over Corinne, who's actually pulled a bit of a gap on Brodie Tilbrook.
Ryan Reynolds, Darren Williams, he's back. Darren had a bad start and he's suffering as a result now.
Okay, there's Benny Oldfield on the back of Bruce Perry, and behind them there's Steve Gamara. Daniel Stein, there's the lead 1200 of... actually, Daniel Stein's a fair way back.
Yeah.
Even though he started at the back, you would have thought he'd pull away from the 1200. He might not have his car set up quite right there.
Maybe the modifications to his tailpipe after the crash this morning are choking the engine a bit. Easy to lose horsepower if you don't have your exhaust right.
Yeah, exactly right. And especially when Daniel Stein can steer, because he was running 3rd at Eastern Creek in the previous round at one point.
Right. I like this camera angle. I hope that we see more of it in the future there, but we see the cars going hard, then braking hard.
Benny Oldfield.
That's right, throwing themselves around this tight corner, understeering corner.
There's Brock.
Van der Corpet from Queensland and Lockie Higgins taking up the rear.
Oh, Simon Pace having a look up the inside but thinks better of it.
Right, they're not being gentlemanly like I think they were in the first race.
I thought that was very gentlemanly. I thought Simon should have stuck it right in there.
Well.
And there goes Darren Williams up the inside of Ryan Reynolds.
He's got a slipstream on Ryan. Dylan with the faster car down that straight.
Okay, so here comes, and there's Dylan catching up on the back of them. He's pulled away from Cluteray and from Morgan. So Morgan's still having a fairly strong weekend here. He's starting to get that car sorted.
I wonder if he's done something in the break since the last weekend, or maybe he's just
He might have pulled it out of the trailer and washed it.
had a good night's sleep, had a good dinner and ate some good food for a change.
Okay, so he's coming down to the fish hook. Timmy Brook is still out front of Simon Pace. It looks like in the background there you had Brody looking at Corinne.
Brody's right on the tail of Corinne, and Darren Williams, he's made up a couple of spots, I think.
And Thomas just dove in the inside there of Ryan Reynolds.
Down into the third gear fish hook, hard braking as well.
Okay, and didn't give him any room on the exit to come back at him either.
Right, the 2 leaders off the back straight, coming now onto the main straight. Here's third, fourth,
Corinne and Brody are together.
Fifth and sixth, Darren Williams and Dylan Thomas. Right, now Ryan Reynolds, no doubt very upset at not being right at the pointy end.
Yeah, he has struggled this weekend for pace, Ryan Reynolds, so he's obviously got some issue going on with that car. There's Alan Harrison with a white nose on the car after losing it in the previous race.
Right, with the 1200 leader.
Here goes Simon having a look this time, and this time he's much more committed with his move and shows Timmy Brook that he's going through whether he liked it or not.
Now look at the gap between second and third.
Oh, that's actually pretty tight on board
again,
there.
Right, it's certainly not gentlemanly now. Okay, but here's a good example.
There you go, Brody, through.
There's third and fourth. A good example of how the 2 leaders, they're sort of working together and not pushing themselves too hard while the pack behind them are racing and losing time. Look at the gap. You'll see the gap here between first, second and third, fourth, fifth and sixth.
Yeah, but the next group of 4 is actually pulled away from Michael Cluderay, who's running on his own as well.
Ahead of James Horn.
Yeah,
James, who finished third at the last...
Actually, Morgan then James. Look at James Horn slowing.
He is slowing. That's not characteristic of James at all.
And there's Benny Oldfield and Bruce Perry. So James Horn's got a problem there. And I think it's just developed. So
definitely a problem. It's also just, speaking of sky blue coloured racing cars, Formula Vs, it's worth mentioning Gary Hook was meant to be here this weekend. Unfortunately, Gary got very unwell the day before the race meeting, and he's just going to have to watch this video when it comes out.
Okay, there's Thomas up the inside of Darren Williams here now as well. So actually,
equal speed, but Dylan's got the track position, and he takes that's third, fourth, fifth place now. And now Dylan started in 7th in this, and he's been struggling to make up the 2 places in this race.
Okay, there's who's that? That's Daniel Stein. Looks like he's travelling fairly slowly as well.
On his own, he was having troubles earlier on, not at peak performance by a long shot, unfortunately, but he'll recover for the next race, because we know. Daniel's a top 1, top 2, top 3 Formula V driver in New South Wales.
Okay, so he's the group fighting for the final podium position, effectively. You've got Brody with Corinne, with Thomas, with Darren Williams. So
great performance from Brody.
Oh, look at this. Bruce Perry going up the inside. That road narrows, so it'll be interesting to see who lifted as they went up there.
We'll find out maybe in this shot in a few seconds. Bruce and Perry will to... Bruce Perry and Ben Oldfield.
Here goes Thomas up the inside of Corinne Perry.
Okay, Dylan Thomas takes another position. Right, so he's now solidly in 4th place, and we'll get to see it here. And just that great braking from those special brake pads that I know Dylan uses.
Ferrotos, mate, Ferrotos.
There we go, not a secret anymore. Okay, first and second coming onto the main straight, and here's third, fourth, fifth and sixth.
Okay, so now they need to all work together to make sure that they close that gap back up to Brody Tilbrook, who's actually got away a little bit.
Right, Morgan Fremantle not far behind that second pack.
There you go. So Benny Oldfield is still ahead of Bruce Perry. So
and Stephen Gamara right on Bruce's tail.
And Simon Pace in the lead again.
Yeah, lead swapping lap after lap, and Simon and Tim and Simon and Tim, and now Brody's. That's Corinne having a go at Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan went a bit defensive there. So. Okay. Darren Williams not been able to do anything about it either, so going up the hill here, Corinne's trying to go around the outside, so actually Corinne's fighting a bit here now as well, which is going to give Brody a little bit of a few car lengths there. So
good to see Michael Cluderay. He's obviously not losing that much, but he's racing on his own and not getting the benefit of a slipstream or a reference.
Well, Morgan's not losing either, because Morgan Fremantle was a fair bit further behind Michael Cluderay, and he's actually almost all over him there. Well, he is all over him there.
Well, this is Morgan's home track. This is Wakfield Park, which is 200k from Sydney and only 80k from Canberra, where a number of these competitors come from.
Talking of Canberra, here's two of those 3 were from Canberra, with Gamara and Bruce Perry.
All right, let's watch to see if Timbrook can slipstream past Simon Pace to take the lead. There's Brodie Tilbrook in third. Dylan Thomas not making much gains on Brodie.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a battle developing here, and once people start battling, it just loses the gap. Here you go. Here's the Bruce Perry's through on Benny Oldfield. Gamara's going to have a look now as well down the straight. And then you've got... I missed that car there. The next one looks like that's Jeff Bennett, is it?
Jeff Bennett on his own, yes, in about...
Alan Harrison with a white nose on there.
And Alan's doing well again. There's
Actually,
the first 1200 car.
who's missing is Ryan Reynolds. Where's Ryan Reynolds gone?
Reynolds, you're right, I couldn't see him there around. We'll keep another eye out as the
There's
race
Simon
goes
Thompson ahead of Jeff Bathyway.
That's right. Simon's making his way through the 1200 pack, but Matt Pearce still leading the 1200s in this race.
Okay, and Timmy Brooks still wasn't able to get past. There you
Right.
go. Darren Williams up the inside of Corinne Perry.
Right, this pack of three cars
Thomas Wide.
putting on great races. Yes.
Oh, look at that, bouncing around.
Right.
He just created a little bit of a gap to those two, and then they go back past.
But did he lose any time? Well, he may have lost.
He lost 2 positions. Here you go, on board.
He's lost positions, but only probably about 0.1 of a second.
It just didn't lift.
I was about to suggest that. What do you reckon? Do you think Dylan might have taken his foot off the accelerator?
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not, knowing Dylan, that's right.
Okay, Simon Pace still doing a great job in front here with Timmy Brook behind. And that mistake from Thomas has given Brodie Tilbrook even more of a gap there.
Safety margin, that's right. Darren Williams, but Darren's not giving up in this race. He's fighting every corner and every straight.
And neither is Morgan. Morgan wants to take that position away from Cluteroy. And here you go as well. You've got Bruce Perry was leading this group. Now he's at the back of this group.
And Stephen Gamara's gone through.
And it looked like he went wide going into there as well, Bruce Perry.
It's another great race for the Australian Institute of Motorsport New South Wales State Championship.
It sure is. Okay, so Brodie Tilbrook's now got a lonely third position, so if he keeps his head down, he can run away from this next group behind
that
are
fighting.
fighting.
You know what? Brodie's a rookie, and it's really hard to be out on your own and still keep up really, really good speed. And to be keeping that distance...
Morgan got past Cluteroy.
To keep that distance ahead of Dylan Thomas, who is a nationally recognised driver, is extremely good driving on your part, Brodie. Keep it up.
That's excellent. Here you go, Timmy Brook.
Takes the lead.
Maybe he was just waiting patiently, letting them just sort of get away from the rest of the field.
Right, there's only a handful of laps left to go, so...
Yeah, he's on board with Timmy Brook.
I don't think that these two drivers can afford to keep working with each other. It's got to be all out nothing now, because you can't trust the other driver if you've got your lap timing out.
Here's Darren Williams, Corinne Perry, Dylan Thomas has been relegated to the back of this group. Oh, I think he relegated himself through the dirt, actually.
Again, great credit to Corinne and Darren Williams to be able to fight wheel to wheel with that great driver, Dylan Thomas.
Such a peanut.
Yeah, well, that too, but you said it, I didn't. Okay.
Timmy Brook, Simon Pace, Brodie Tilbrook Brodie Tilbrook is doing... I don't think you can actually say how good a job he is actually doing here.
Right, well, he's
there's Corinne Perry up the inside of Darren Williams, and
runs
then
wide. Dylan Thomas
goes up the inside of one.
Oh, that Dylan Thomas! What an opportunist he is!
Well, he saw Corinne going in. She goes wide. Thomas goes, okay. Well, I'll just take both of you. Thanks for coming.
That's great. Over and under driving, watching the two cars ahead fighting each other, slowing themselves down.
Yeah, a little bit of vision of what might have happened.
Exactly.
Okay, so Timmy Brooks in the lead. Simon Pace in second place. They've been swapping places, and Simon's actually led a fair bit of this race. Brodie Tilbrook with a bit of feistiness going on behind. He's just pulling away from these group. Thomas now in front with Darren Williams and Corinne Perry following. Behind them, it looks like Cluteroy had got back past...
right, and Simon could not take the lead this lap. That means it's all on now. Right, okay. Brodie safely in third. Dylan Thomas safely in fourth. Wheel to wheel between Darren and Corinne.
Okay.
Wheel to wheel, side by side round this tight corner. But Corinne's, it was always going to be her corner.
Well, it was always going to be her corner unless you push Darren right off the track.
Well, Corinne wouldn't do that, we know.
Not intentionally, never.
So...
Oh, it's a slow car. What's that? That's a 1200?
That's Jeff Bassingthwaite with problems.
Okay, so he's just letting all this... Or is he just letting the cars through? Thomas has got a couple of car lengths now on Corinne and Darren Williams as they fight and squabble.
That's exactly right. Squabbling and slowing each other down, but...
Cluteroy and Morgo are having a very good tussle.
Morgan doesn't seem to have made a dent in the Green Stingers.
Gamara's got away from these two of Ben Oldfield and Bruce Perry.
Right, Ben probably squabbling and losing speed. Onto the back straight, coming onto the main straight. How many more laps to go? Surely there's not many left to go.
Well, it looks like Timmy Brooks actually opened up a car length there as well.
I think he realised that he couldn't afford to drive too conservatively, so he's put his foot down as hard as possible now.
Look, Jeff Bathingway's holding on to the back of Darren Williams there.
Yes.
Go, Jeff.
Right, no doubt Darren taking advantage of the slipstream behind Jeff.
Okay, so here they come down the straight.
A bit of a margin.
Couple of laps still to go.
About a 1 or 2 car length margin. Big car lengths, of course. There, lead to Tim Brook. Brody Tilbrook in third going through.
Here goes Darren Williams around the inside of
Darren
Corinne.
Williams has got the corner and pushed Corinne Perry one position
Thomas
back.
Is wide again. Every time he's made a break, he's made a mistake.
Well, that must be a very understeery car, or just too much speed.
I think he's trying to carry too much corner speed through turn 2, and
it's now muffler to nose and muffler to nose.
And see, there you go, Jeff Bathingway. He's not letting those three get away.
That's right. He's fighting for that position.
Okay.
Cluteray and Fremantle still the same distance apart. Stephen Gamara pulling away from Ben Oldfield and Bruce Perry.
As Ben and Bruce fight.
Simon Pace is caught up to Tim Brook here, the two leading cars coming onto the main straight, and the gap is reduced.
Okay, and there's Brody Tilbrook's having a very, very lonely race in third, but it's a very solid effort, and probably if he takes this third position, it'll be his first trophy in a trophy race. Oh, 3 wide.
And Darren Williams takes a position on Dylan Thomas.
Okay, Corinne looks like she wants to have a go
down
as
the
well.
inside as well.
Okay, so Thomas will, if he sits in the toe, he'll be able to get pulled down. But he'll lose the toe like that.
He'll lose the toe. Smart driving by Darren Williams to chop that off.
Well, I think Corinne also got inside of Dylan there, and he wasn't able to get across and get behind Darren.
Okay,
so
here we go.
You can see he's stuck. He's been hung out to dry.
You don't see cars go down the right-hand side right on the white line very often.
Yeah, he's been able to hold it. He was pretty lucky to get hold of that position.
He's blocked out two possibly faster cars. Well done, Darren. Okay.
Coming up the hill here, Darren was ahead of Thomas with Corinne. Here's Morgo. Morgo's got back past Cluteray, and Cluteray wants that position back.
No doubt took Michael Cluteray by surprise after 10 laps of being in his mirrors.
Okay, will Thomas have a dive back in the fishhook? We all know that. Darren defends the position.
This is for 4th place here. Darren Williams keeps it.
Okay, so Thomas is all over the back of him. Corinne's there as well. Morgo's still in front of Cluteray.
Morgo keeps that, that's I think 8th place position there, 7th or 8th.
Timmy Brook, he's still got Simon Pace all over him. He could do the toe down the straight.
He can't shake Simon at all in this race.
Simon's been the only person regularly running with Timmy all weekend, really.
Exactly.
Darren was there for the earlier races, but consistently Simon has been there.
Right, Simon's the only Mako driver in New South Wales this year, but he's showing that Mako can be 0.1 of a second off the lead or on the lead. It's right at the front.
Johnny Mack came out for Friday practice for this weekend, but he didn't join in for the race.
Okay.
There you go.
Made 2 Makos. Again, Simon, he just can't quite get the slipstream, but Tim driving conservatively as well.
Well, defensively a little bit there. He had the car on the inside there.
Exactly.
Corinne's gone for the toe on Thomas, but Thomas is still getting the toe from Darren Williams and should be able to hold it.
Corinne, the better part of Valor, of course.
Yeah, well, I think Thomas still had the toe getting from Williams there, which was obviously helped him, otherwise he would have lost it.
There you go. Good position in the 1600 field.
There's something dragging on the front of Bruce Perry's car there.
All right, we'll have a look in a moment.
As you look at them coming through turn 2, you look up at the fish hook and the leaders are going through, lapping Peter McDonald there.
The leaders half a lap ahead of the cars, back in about 12th and 13th place.
Okay, so Darren Williams is still ahead of Thomas with Corinne Perry. There's Morgo. Morgo's made a car length on Michael Cluteray. Michael Cluteray's had great speed this weekend.
Exactly, and there's not much of a difference there. Just break the slipstream.
Okay, there's...
That's Simon Thompson, way back in the 1200 field, unfortunately. And there's the leaders going through, first and second.
Well, he's not way back in the 1200. He's the second place 1200 car at the moment.
Oh, so he is in second place.
Yeah,
sorry,
he's second place.
We haven't been able to watch him go through the field so far in this race.
Look at this. Thomas and Williams have pulled a car length or 2 away from Corinne there.
Ben Oldfield and Bruce Perry, they've been wheel to wheel all race.
All weekend.
All weekend, yes.
Again, look at that. Timmy Brooks got
he's got a gap up now.
Yeah, he got around the 1200 before Simon. So
he's used Simon Thompson just to balk Simon Pace in the red and black Mako.
Brody Tilbrook. Here comes Thomas down the inside of
Thomas
Darren Williams.
for 4th place. And Corinne Perry, unfortunately, she's lost the toe and just falling away in the white car going through turn 2 there.
Okay, so she might be getting that understeer issue she was suffering earlier in the weekend and just dropping off a little bit.
Okay, back to the leaders, first and second. Mate, it hasn't been... This is about the biggest gap there that you can see in all this race.
Okay, and there's Brody Tilbrook going past Brock from Queensland. Thomas, Williams, Corinne Perry, followed by Morgo and Michael Clure all over the back of him if you look at the back just here.
Just a quick word for Brock van der Korpert. He hadn't been to this track before, first time outside of Queensland. Wasn't too quick early in the weekend, but now he's going 5 and 6 and 7 seconds a lap faster, and he's very competitive. Great to have you down here, Brock.
And he's currently running in front of Jeff Bathingway, who's he's one of our 1200 guys that do a very good job, and often he's on the podium.
Right, coming onto the main straight. How many laps to go? There can't be many left. First and second. Simon Pace has caught up slightly on Tim.
Yeah, he sure has. He's got a little bit of a toe down the chute there. Look at this. Darren Williams
defensive. There's third place. Brody Tilbrook just gone through. So the 1200
Thomas,
cars.
oh, that's tight.
On the inside of Brock van der Korpert there in the green and black car.
Yeah, that was pretty tight coming through there as well. So
Brock pretty quick through that corner. He's not going slow at all.
No, Timmy Brook, Simon Pace there first, second. Third is Brody Tilbrook. Fourth, Dylan Thomas. Fifth, Darren Williams. Sixth, Corinne Perry. And then there's the car of Brock.
Right, and you know, Corinne's done really well through that series of corners from the main straight.
Look.
She's closing up on both Darren and Dylan Thomas. The two leaders again, tearing their rubber off the tyres around that corner.
There's Peter McDonald, who's the third place 1200 car just in front of Brody Tilbrook. Brody Tilbrook I think it was an optical illusion. I thought he was coming back to this trio. But
No, he's still got a fairly safe margin there.
And there's Matty Pearce. There's the lead 1200 car. Getting approached by the leaders. This is the last lap.
Yes, this is the last lap.
Oh.
Last lap brought out Simon going right, then left, but Tim blocking it.
Well, Tim knows it's the last lap. He wasn't going to make it easy for Simon. He doesn't want him to get through.
Definitely not. Brody Tilbrook in the orange car in third place.
Thomas going defensive as well.
That's right.
Making Darren go the long way around.
And he is making Darren going the long way around. Darren's going to try to go the long way around.
You're not going to do it at turn 2 unless you
This is exciting stuff. Dylan Thomas from 7th place, running 4th in this race.
Okay, Timmy Brook led it all the way from woe to go.
And Simon still no more than 2 or 3 car lengths behind.
Well, I shouldn't say woe to go because Simon's led a fair bit of this race
He
too.
has, that's exactly right.
But Brody Tilbrook's probably been the race of his life, really, even though it's been pretty
It has.
solo.
It is a great drive, and no doubt he's going to have some great drives upcoming soon.
Sure is. Hey,
Right, Tim Brook coming into the last corner for the race.
Simon Pace, can he get the toe down to the line? Here we go.
And
Brody Tilbrook
place.
going around the 1200.
Simon Thompson in 2nd place in the 1200.
Oh, Darren Williams wants to go around the outside.
Dylan Thomas in 3rd, coming on the main straight.
Corinne might actually get him.
Corinne down the inside.
No, she didn't get a good exit.
Just couldn't quite do it.
Okay, and who's that? That's
Ben
Oldfield.
Oldfield and Stephen Gamara. And
Bruce Perry's falling back.
That's right, there's Bruce Perry. He's obviously had troubles, maybe a couple of
Benny
offs.
Oldfield and that.
And here we come over the line.
Ryan Reynolds was there as well a few laps back. So Timmy Brook got it from Simon Pace, but it couldn't have been much in it.
That's right. Brody Tilbrook in 3rd place.
4th was Dylan Thomas. Here comes Darren Williams for pulling out, but a bit late. So 5th is Williams. 6th is Corinne Perry.
There's Peter McDonald in the red Kestrel in the 3rd place in the 1200.
7 Morgo, good job.
8th place in 16, Michael Clure in the green and white car. Stephen Gamara 9th in the black car, and Brock van der Korpert in the 1200s going over the line. There's Gary Myers, Daniel Stein, Lockie Higgins in not a great race, Jeff Bennett, well done, and Bruce Perry.
Who had problems a bit late. And in the 1200s, Matty Pearce took it out from Simon Thompson, Peter McDonald, Brock van der Korpert and Jeff Bathingway.
This was a great race. Very entertaining for the Australian Institute of Motorsport. New South Wales State Championship. We'll just go over the leaders again. Tim Brook, Simon Pace, Brody Tilbrook, Dylan Thomas, Darren Williams, Corinne Perry, Morgan Fremantle, Michael Clure in 8th place.
Timmy Brook got a new race suit this weekend, and since he's put it on, he's been nothing but position 1.
Right, and looking in the mirror a lot as well, I believe.
In the 1200s, you had Matty Pearce taking out the win from Simon Thompson, Peter McDonald, Brock van der Korpert, and Jeff Bathingway.